I'm Mike.
And I'm Ray.
And this is Know Nothing's number 69, so we're in it.
Is it 69 for I was thinking 67.
It's 69. You remember?
I missed one. Jason set in for me.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what number that was. Cool, so 69.
I just caught myself in the camera turning around, and I see the hairs are slowly disappearing away from the back of my head.
Yeah,
and I was like, is this a camera trick? Is this for real?
Yeah, after 45, you should start waking up any minute now and be like, wait, why's my elbow joint hurting?
Oh, I've been there.
Why can't I bend my fingers properly? What's going on here?
You know what I do? I get up every morning. I've been doing this for about, 2 months now. I get up every morning. Is it on me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've got it switched the wrong way. This is you.
Yeah.
And this is me.
Yeah, that's still you and me.
Talking the microphone.
Have...
And I stretch on a YouTube stretch thing for like 10 minutes.
Man,
and
it
makes my day. I love it.
God, I wish I was better at stretching. That's something even when I was a couple of years ago before my heart deal, when I was working out 5 days a week and like really hitting it hard for like 3 or 4 years, I never was a stretcher. Even when I did competitive athletics, I was never.
I never stretched.
Even in the but now I probably should stretch because like yesterday we went golf, right? Like me and Mike went golf yesterday, and
clips add here maybe. I don't know.
Are you sore? Are you tweak anything?
No, because I've been playing. I've been going to the.
You were having some back issue yesterday, though, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't golf. I don't know. That's probably just like sleeping wrong because I've been playing. I played once before, but I've been going to the driving range like every other day, and hitting, and it hasn't bothered me. So I wasn't sore from playing golf, and my back wasn't hurting from playing golf. It's like my sciatica was hurting. So I stretched that out real good this morning on a YouTube video. You can do anything on YouTube. It's great.
Anything. I mean, yeah. The future is now. I mean, they started the production of the Optimus robot, so they should be.
That's awesome.
They should be joining our civilization here pretty soon. I can't wait to see how all this shakes out with that. Is this the first time you've noticed the bald spot?
It's the first time. Well, yeah, I think it is. Because usually I have like a mohawk that goes through the back, and I cut it real short this time right here and didn't go all the way back down, and I just caught myself in there, and I now balding spot.
It's sad when you see that camera on yourself. We've got cameras at work, and sometimes I'll be in the office, and the camera we have like a camera above, and there's camera, and I'll look in the screen, I'll be like, what? Because it's like this. Even if my hair comes in a little bit, I just get this terrible bald spot back here. So that's why I'd like to keep it like this. This is how I keep it most. But sometimes I'll let it go for like 2 weeks, and but then you can just really see the pronounced back bald spot.
Well, it happens.
Yeah,
I guess it's happening.
You are a grandfather. So.
I am a grandfather. I'm somebody's grandfather.
I mean, you're the same age as like Wilford Brimley and Cocoon.
Oh my god!
you're
I watched. You know how they all looked like really old.
You're 2 years older than Archie Bunker.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Right. I don't even remember the words. But I read this thing on. It said, "Why do people look younger?" And it was showing like comparisons of like these two people were 40. These two people are 40 now. And they think that it's because of bottled water.
I'm telling you, it's something because like if you look at high school kids, I remember when in high school, like if you go to a track meet, there'd be dudes with like full, just hairy, like a gorilla, full, he's just muscular, old, looked 36 in the face.
Do you remember like when you were like in the 9th grade, seniors looked old.
Yeah,
they looked old. But that's perception, probably.
I don't think it is perception. I think it's what you're talking about because I'm telling you, somebody posted a picture today like, oh, here's the 5 seniors or whatever for this sports thing. And I was on Facebook and I was like, what? This is I'm going to give you 2 examples of something that happened the past 2 days. So that one I was like, is this like a throwback picture to junior high? That's what I was thinking. Right. So I don't even know these kids or what school it was. It just randomly popped on my Facebook. But I click on the picture and I'm like enlarging it because I'm trying to figure, I'm like, well, this can't be their senior year picture, right?
Right.
And then today somebody posted, my son's about to graduate, so proud, and they posted a picture of him in his cap and gown. I swear, as God is my witness, I thought, oh, that's cool. They put his kindergarten throwback, and I had to I thought it was his kindergarten picture, and I had to look for him and be like, oh wait, no, that's a current. They look really
young.
even though they're even though they're like super strong and like they're probably like more athletic than they've ever been, stronger, bigger muscles, their faces look babies, and they don't have any hair.
Yeah.
No one has body hair anymore.
Well, this thing said that the scientific study, it showed that since they started bottling, shipping, and selling bottled water and telling everybody to hydrate, they think that people actually age slower because of all the hydration.
So it's good, right?
So it's good.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because people started hydrating more. Remember, like, how many did you sit down and drink a water from the tap before a bottle? Never. So like now everybody's like, oh, get a bottle of water. Get a bottle of water. You know, ever since they started that, so they think that that's hydrating is what makes people.
Until I went to boot camp, I never even knew that like hydration was a thing. And now look, I play sports from 5 years old till I graduated. And no one ever really emphasized hydration. That wasn't the thing 35, 40 years ago, which is really wild. Like, and now hydration's a huge. That's got some. I think that's got huge validity to it because if like you and I mean, I know I don't look 20 anymore, right? But like, I don't look like Wilford Brimley from Cocoon.
No.
And I don't look older than Archie Bunker.
No.
We're 10 years older than George Jefferson.
That's crazy.
It is. It's literally crazy, right? Like we are 10 years older than George Jefferson.
I don't know. It's so wild. I don't look that old. I don't think I look 46, but maybe I do to younger people.
You're 3 years older than Al Bundy on the last season of Married with Children. They just looked older. And we looked older as 17, 18, 19-year-olds than they look now. Mm-hmm. And that's because you're saying because we're hydrating and making our skin glow, and it's just making us look wonderful. So
I think
maybe
so.
We'll get to live.
That's what that science bitch did on that study.
On the flip side, now a scientific study I saw is that we're actually that we're supposed to live to like 115 or 20. But the reason it's only 85 is because of all the bullshit the toxins they pump in us. We should, if you have like if you don't take all the medicines they give you, and this is kind of my theory, so I'll always say allegedly because TikTok's already banned us twice. Who knows who's next to ban us for saying anything? So, what is being reported or what I have seen on the internet, and maybe it's not true, maybe it is true, I don't know. But
allegedly,
I have a belief that I don't take medicines. You're not prescribing me a bunch of stuff. I'll take a little bit of ibuprofen a few times a year if I have to because it does help with pain. And that's it, though. Like, I don't want a bunch of prescriptions. Man, people, back in the day, they used to be 45, 50, 60 years old and have 8, 9 prescriptions. Everyone's, like, on something, and they're giving you this for your heart, and then but you need to take this for the side effects from your heart medicine. Well, that was going to make you make you bipolar, so you're gonna need to take this one for your bipolar. So you need to there's no way that shit is good. Like
no,
everything.
I take supplements. I take day and night from those supplements,
which is mostly vitamins, right?
And it's mostly it's just vitamins. So and they're the only ones that ever actually make you feel good. Like I can tell a difference. All the other vitamins I used to take, you can't be like, take those vitamins. But they have neurotropics in them too. Yeah, so like alpha brains in it.
Yeah.
So that's in the morning, and then you like can think clear and all that. But I don't want to take any pills from the doctor that they would. What do you think? Well, what do you think about like if high blood pressure? Then you need to do something. You need to lose 30 pounds.
Here's what I think.
Okay,
you hit it.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with my dad. He's like, well, I have to have mine. And I'm like, okay, like I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to get into like what somebody should. But like, I just saying my personal belief is that all those. And my wife's on high blood pressure medicine. And I'm like, you could totally regulate that. I guarantee you by like she smokes.
Yeah.
She drinks. Not a lot. Doesn't drink a lot, but drinks some. Smokes not a lot, but smokes some. I bet if you didn't smoke, didn't drink, change 3 things on your diet, substitute this sweetener for honey.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, you wouldn't have high blood pressure.
Right.
I've always been able to notice as soon as I start changing the way I eat,
start feeling better.
Yeah. And like right now I'm eating good again. Lost about 10 pounds. I'm just eating protein. You eat proteins and veggies and like things that are green.
Right.
Put color
I eat a lot
on your
of fruit.
Man, don't you feel better when you eat fruit?
I feel great. The best thing about it is you find yourself craving the fruit instead of all the bullshit. So like if you feel a little hungry between meals, I'll get a bowl of I'll put some blueberries, which are no calories and they taste great, and blackberries and like whatever we have in there. We get a bunch of fruit, so I'll put that in there and then just like snack on that, and it fills you up. And it tastes like you're eating candy.
But if you ate a Cadbury egg, you would also want another Cadbury egg. Like
right.
that's how that.
So you just train yourself to eat like that. So I have been doing that. The thing about me though is like, from like working at home and working in these four walls all the time, it gets a little depressing for me.
I could see it being super depressing.
And like,
when I'm just off, if I stay home for one day, like one day, or if I like have an off day, I'm like, I'm just not doing shit. I'm just gonna hang out at the crib or what. Like by the end of the day, I start feeling like I get too in my own thoughts, too in my own head, too much of everything.
I've been doing this for a couple of years, and like I
10,
just from this house.
Yeah.
I just started opening this window and looking out the window for the first, because I'm like, man, this sucks, like being inside. And so like I bought a plant to look at while I'm like in between phone calls in the window, because just like it's almost like,
well, it gets it's got to get lonely and depressing.
It's weird because like I'm constantly looking at my phone or the computer, and I want to look at something else. So I like bought this plant to look at in the window, and it's nice. It kind of calms you down a little bit.
Isn't that wild to
look at it?
Isn't it wild? It took you 2 years just to be like, hey, open the window, bro.
Right.
Or open the shades and look out there.
I'm so dense though. Like it took me 2 years to get beat down, and then these last 2 quarters were so
good.
They were so good, but that means there was a lot of work. So like it's just nose to the grindstone for 2 quarters straight.
Yeah,
sitting right here looking at this computer. So I'm like, that's why I was like that's why I started playing golf again. I was like, I got to get out and play some golf.
Getting out and
get out of here.
Just think how good you feel when you just get out and get sunshine.
Oh yeah,
just get out.
I do that too.
Yeah, well, just us going golf yesterday, just walking around, or if I just get outside my house sometimes, which a lot of times I won't, and it's weird if you get in this funk where you're like, I'm sitting here, I'm doing this. You don't want to go outside. And you don't want to walk around.
Right.
It's a really a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
I've gotten into a couple of them,
like just the sun has cures in it. Honey has cures in it. Fruit has cures in it. What if everything? And I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not a doctor, but like, it seems to me that almost everything outside of like if you have cancer, you have to get treated for that, right? Like obviously there's things. If you had measles, you need to get treatment for that. But it just seems like most things could be really well regulated, and the pharmaceutical company knows there's no money in cure.
No,
there's only money in constant maintenance.
Maintenance.
I've got to keep you constantly sick, constantly on something, keep people addicted. I don't know anyone that takes they may take something for their depression, right? And then they're just a zombie.
Well, it's weird when it's like the side effects of things that don't keep you depressed are you may have thoughts of killing yourself.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an antidepressant.
It's supposed to be the other thing. You should be like, you may have thoughts of petting puppies for 8 hours a day and quitting your job and telling everybody you love them.
But I wonder why they don't prescribe somebody like, hey, take your shirt off, go outside and do 20 push-ups, run 350s, and then go for a 1 mile jog in the sun with your shirt off, and and if you did that, be like, and then write down and record how you feel. You'd be like, well, I felt way better than when I took the Prozac. I really think you would.
You would never make it that far. You would walk straight out of that doctor's office and go, I ain't going back to that fucking doctor. Just give me some pills, man. I don't want to go for a run.
That's because we're programmed like that. RFK's, he's trying to RFK's wanting to get rid of all pharmaceutical commercials.
What is RFK's? Is he a doctor?
No.
But he knows what is he like qualified to tell us like what are his qualifications of that? Because that's something I get when I start talking about him to other people. They're like, well, is he a doctor? And I'm like, well, no.
Do they have to be a doctor? Is that a requirement for the position?
No, I don't think so.
I don't see why that's.
But I mean, that's the first thing.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He's an educated man who has more of an approach like what I'm talking about. He's more like, hey, let's be healthy. Yeah. Hey, let's lift weights and run and bring back physical.
Easy, like not technical stuff, but just like normal, common sense.
That's not common.
Yeah, that's not common.
Common sense that no one has, right?
That's what I'm saying. He's just common sense about it, and he's done a lot of research.
Yeah, if people are like, oh, I'm so weak. Well, have you thought about doing a push-up or grabbing a barbell? Well, that's crazy.
What was that thing you posted the other day about push-ups?
I was just posting the Mayo Clinic. That was the Mayo Clinic standards by age, 45, 55, and 65 by age.
How many push-ups was it for our age?
45 for a male was 16, and for a female was 14.
You think I can do 16 right now?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I can. I know I can.
Yeah, you can, but I don't think. But I can tell you this, and I've had several people. I had several people like, oh, I did 45 or whatever. So like one guy, I did 50, no problem. I took my reading glasses off, and jumped out. I'm like, okay. I was like, you're one of the strongest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
You've stayed in shape since you were 18. You were a 1% of a 1%er, right? Like this guy, this one particular guy that makes the comment. I'm like, you're a 1% of 1% as far as strength that I've ever met. You stayed in shape forever, and you continue to run and exercise. I'm not talking about you. I'm like, dude. I'm like, have you ever got outside and walked around? Like, So today when I was in Walmart, I was like, I just started thinking about that.
Hey, buddy, do 16 push-ups.
I started thinking about that post. 16 if you're 45. I think it was 12 at 55 and 10 at 65. These are male standards, and the women's was 10 at 65 still. 10 push-ups for a woman, not woman push-ups, real push-ups. And it was like 14 for a 45-year-old. I walked from Walmart. I walked from the dairy all the way to the front of Walmart. So I passed every aisle in there, and I was like, I'm going to look and see and just in my mind prejudge how many I think they can do. So the first person I come to, I was like, 0. Second person, 0. Third person, 0. If they were under 30, I didn't register them in my brain. Fourth person, 0. I found one guy, he was about mid-50s, and I looked at him, and I was like, he could probably get 6, right? Really? So, yeah, I understand that, like, that wasn't the point of the post wasn't to be, like, compare how many I know that some of you can. Right. But if you're being honest and you walk, well, and even that guy wanted to say, okay, because he's like, this is low standard. Anybody can do this. And I wanted to, I was like, hey, real quick, just ask your wife to pop down and knock out 14. Send me a video. Do you, you think she's gonna? I know your wife. She's not, and she's in shape. She's in pretty good shape, and I don't think
just not push-ups.
She's not going to do 14 push-ups, which is like the right. And go find 5 of your friends. Ask them, hey, get down and do 16 push-ups. And I'm not talking about turning sideways and.
I don't think I have 5 friends.
Well, just say let's have 5 acquaintances then.
Yeah.
All right. Just let's just do a quick example. The people that work, how many people work directly for you or call you for advice every day? Call you and need something every day. How many people is that?
30.
Of those 30, how many of those can meet that standard?
I don't know. I've never seen a lot of them.
How many have you seen?
15 of them.
How many of those 15 that you've seen do you think can meet that standard?
Well, they're all truck drivers, and they chain shit down, so they probably can do it. Except for maybe a couple.
They might can do it. You know, I'm telling it's not because I had several, and then just judging on my post, it was about 10 to 15% that can do it, right? Yeah. And everybody that can do it. Well, this is easy. Well, it's easy if you're if you're using yourself as the standard, and you know that you're exceptional at something, right? Or you know that something's easy for you. If you worked out for a long time, so it's not going to be out of the realm of the possibility. Like even without, and you're working out now, and you've lost 40 pounds, right?
Right.
So
that's the best thing I ever did. I feel so amazing after losing 40 pounds.
I agree with this. I agree with the sentiment of what people are saying. Like every man should be able to do this, and I'm like, yeah, I know. That's the point of the post. I'm trying to but the reality is that every man cannot do it, and it's not even. I had the same kind of similar post a couple years ago, involving bench press standards and ages, and I was like, a 45-year-old male should be able to bench press 88% of their body weight. And people who work out all the time are like, that's fucking easy. Anybody can. I'm like, no, they can't. You can do it. But it's just like, if you're talking to an auditorium of math professors and you put up a calculus 1 problem, they're going to be like, what are we doing here? Kindergarten?
Guys?
But if you walk up to the average person and say, solve this calculus problem, they can't do it. They don't even know who the first president of the United States is, right? So, I don't know why that's such a hard concept to get people to grasp. Like, we're talking about the world,
general public.
The general public, everyone
right.
out. So all I said was just walk around and look around, and then report back to me what you see, because it ain't a lot of. We're a real obese nation.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and RFK, I love. He makes. I always liked RFK, but he'll tweet the stuff he tweets out is just like the simplest shit, right? Like you think it is, but people forget it. He'll be like, "Don't forget to eat a steak and egg today," and that'll be his tweet for the day. Tomorrow he'll be like, "Don't forget to drink 3 glasses of water before you go to work today." The next day, it's just, "Hey, try to do 10 push-ups before you go to bed tonight." He just puts these little tips that are pretty damn helpful, right? Because no one's doing that shit.
Yeah. Well, stretch. Yeah. I love stretching.
Yeah, that's how we got on this conversation. Was you talking about the stretching?
It actually just kind of makes you more alert it makes me alert for a while during the day after I stretch. It gets the blood flowing a little bit. I'm laying on the floor. I'm stretching around. I'm stretching
100%.
It makes me a new person.
Do you know why I don't stretch?
Why?
It's like basic psychology, because I'm not good at it. I'm not very flexible, and we tend to avoid things that are hard.
It is hard.
Yeah, we avoid
like this
things.
Morning doing the sciatic ones. I mean, I'm like kind of sweating a little bit, just laying on my back, pulling my leg crossed over to me, trying to stretch my sciatic out right here, and like stretching, and I'm like going, woof, woo. That's uncomfortable.
Now imagine if you're not flexible. So I'm not flexible, so I'll just make excuses to not do it. Like, I don't need to stretch. Fuck that shit. Like, I need to stretch more than anybody.
I love running too, but I hope I want to continue to run, but I also don't want to hurt myself forever. So for however long I live, which my death clock says 72 years old.
72?
Yeah, I don't know why it came up 72, but it's not. I answered a bunch of questions.
Were you honest about, if you're honest in your answers?
I was pretty honest.
Yeah.
I was pretty honest about like drinking and, stuff like that. I was pretty honest.
Yeah.
So it gave me a 72. Like I'm going to live till 72. That's
27 more years. I'm thinking 102.
I don't know.
Let's go for 102, Mike.
God, that sounds like a long time, man. 72 sounds about right. That would be like, I'm done.
That seems super young.
I'm done with it, man.
That seems super young. Yeah, I feel that. I felt that way at 35. So I wasn't ready to check out. I just felt
I'm so tired. I feel better, but I'm like tired.
Aren't you just tired of the bullshit? Like, are you?
I'm so tired.
Have you ever had?
I'm physically tired and I'm mentally tired of the bullshit.
Let's get on the existential crisis conversation.
Yeah, totally, 100%. I'm there.
Have you ever just had this moment where have you ever just been sitting around? Life's fine. There's no problem. Bills are paid. You got a full belly, right? Like,
right.
Kids are healthy. Everything's. And you ever just sit around and be like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what am I doing all this? What am I doing anything?
What am I doing this for?
None of this even matters. It's all a movie. Like nothing. Like it's about once every 6 months I'll just have this and it's not like my wife thinks it's like depression or something. I'm like, it's totally not. I'm not depressed. I'm just observing the observable universe, and I'm saying. And I'm just asking the question. Maybe there's an answer, but there has to be. But I'm like, what is everybody?
Hey there.
Hey, Callie. What is everybody doing? Have you ever had that?
Well, no.
Existential crisis?
My existential crisis that happens is like I'm playing the guitar and I'm learning stuff on the guitar and I'm playing the guitar, and then I go, why do this? Why am I even doing this? Who cares?
But then you can do that to anything. That's what I'm saying.
I've done it to a lot of things. Like I painted those minis and I'm like painting them. And I'm selling them like on eBay, and I'm making money selling minis on eBay. And then one day I'm just painting them, and I just put it down, and I go, "This is dumb. Like I don't do this. This is pointless." So do you? Like I don't know.
But okay, so my crisis starts being that everything starts feeling. You can. I mean, and this isn't like a place I live in, but it is thoughts I have, and it's fun to talk about on a podcast because we can talk about whatever we want.
Right.
Where you're just going, none of this shit is so stupid. Or sometimes I'm like really taking the news serious and I'm really watching politics or I'm really following it. And then sometimes I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is stupid shit.
That's where I'm at with everything. I'm just like everything. Like yesterday we were playing golf and you hit the ball and you got mad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why are you getting mad? It's not a tournament. And we're not good. We know this already. So Well, what's the point of getting mad about
That's what I
it?
tell you. I said I'm mostly a Zen master. You're like, well, you're not a Zen master if you're getting mad. I'm like, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm pretty good at Zen for everything in my life. I can be like, yeah. I have this philosophy. I'm like, if this doesn't matter in a week, I try not to let it stress me out. Except with sports, I just can't.
You can't do it.
I can't. I was even telling you, like coach the kids I coach, like it will drive. Like I know they're just kids.
Right.
Like I understand the big picture of it. I understand no one's going to remember what an 11-year-old did in 20. You know, it doesn't. Nothing matters.
Yeah, nothing matters.
But I also know that I told your ass to do this, and it's not what you're doing, and it's like,
and I'm mad.
and I'm mad about it, right? And I know that, like, I'm supposed to take my club back nice and slow.
Yeah.
Follow all the way through. Let the club do the work, and then I end up punching it, and pulling my head up, and shooting it into.
But you're also using clubs that are about 3 to 4 inches shorter than what you should be using. You're using somebody else's clubs.
Because I don't golf
that
enough.
makes it immediately hard.
Oh yeah, well
That makes it immediately hard.
Well, golf is golf's a funny thing because it's put here for us to be like this de-stressor. And it is. When you're kind of out, you're out in the sunshine, you're walking around, you're hanging out with your buddy, like, oh yeah. And then you're just like, oh, like I finally hit a good shot. Oh man, it feels good. It comes off the club good. You're like, finally, and it hits a tree limb. Bling, doing,
Ding,
doing,
ding,
back,
yeah.
and you're fucking 5 feet away from where you were. Oh, are you telling don't pick your head up, don't pick your head up, don't pick your head up, don't pick your head up. Head up.
Head up. I'm watching the ball for you.
Ball goes 80 yards that way. Doesn't go straight. Makes me so mad. But it shouldn't make me mad. I'm terrible.
What I like about
Yeah.
What I like about it is there's like you have to play enough to where you get into that routine where you stand there, take a couple beats, do your thing, and then hit the ball. And in that moment, you're zenned out. In that moment, to keep your head down and hit the ball, like that's where I'm at. It's a lot like when you're learning like a really intricate guitar part and you're learning it faster and faster and faster, like shredding, and you're just like your brain's on, your fingers are on, your mind's zenned into it once you get into the groove and you're doing it, and then like there's like a moment of just like I don't know, it's hard to describe, like you are in a zone in it and you're in it.
That's the same thing, and I've experienced that.
And that I like those things about those two.
That's what I love.
Things.
That's what I love about sports. But like, rarely do I get to experience that with golf because I don't play it enough. So when I play, and it's not a sport. Like if I don't play football for 20 years, I could still go out and play catch with somebody, right? Like
you can still throw a ball to me in the yard.
Yeah, I can still throw. But like golf,
yeah,
you're not doing it all the time. Holy shit, you're just so bad at it.
I love it. I've always loved it.
I do too.
It's something
fun.
I started doing when I was 13 with my dad.
It's a great sport.
And I played every day when I was in 8th grade, 9th grade. I played every day after school.
I think the reason that I can't be a Zen master, I think what it is, I think it's because I would like to be so much better in my head, or I'm so much in my head. I'm saying like, why can't I do this? It's a seemingly simple thing to play golf, right?
So not.
Take the ball, put the ball in the hole down there 412 yards away. Just put the ball in the hole. You've got 4 or 5 tries. It should be pretty easy. And you're like, oh yeah. And somebody goes, oh yeah, you line up here, you keep your arms straight, keep your eyes down, keep your head down, boom, and then they'll hit it 290 perfect down the fairway. You're like, yeah, it seems so simple. And then when I cannot get those wires to connect, it just makes me crazy.
Just you get the like everybody's actually also different. So like you get the basics, line it up. There it is. You put the ball here, you swing.
But then you got to get what's comfortable for you.
You got to get what works for you in those boundaries. So you don't look like a crazy wiggler out there. You're doing it and you're hitting it the way you hit it. Then there's all this other stuff that goes along with it, and
then it does nothing.
Then you've got to take all of that and box it into that beaded Zen moment that I'm talking about, where you look at it, you point, you go where your ball's going, you stand there, you give it a little shake, and then you do it. All that right there has got to turn into something that works mechanically.
And then it's got to be automatic. And then and when you go through all those things and it doesn't, it's just frustrating. I was pretty. I think maybe 1 or 2 times I got like a little bit frustrated. I wasn't.
No, you chilled out after.
Yeah.
After you were like, I was like, man, we're just
like I get the perspective of it. Like no one's scouting me for the tour, right? Like,
right. Yeah. I was like, we're just out here to like have a good time, and it's I'm not trying to beat the score of the whole club.
But if I went to like if you and I were playing, let's say we're playing baseball, we're playing catch, we're throwing catch with the baseball, and I went to throw you the baseball and it just fell on the floor every time I went to throw it, I would be like, what the it would get super friendly, like, all right, Ray, just pick it up and throw it back to him, and I pick it up again, and then it just falls behind me, and I just can't throw it.
But the golf isn't a team sport, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't have to rely on you to hit the ball on the green. I'm playing myself the whole time I'm out there anyway.
Some of it, but some of it, like, I guess what I'm saying, even if you take an individual sport that's not a competitive sport, let's say you're running for fun, and you're just going to run a half mile for fun, and you go and you take 3 steps and you just fall down on your face, and you're just like, damn. And somebody's like, all you have to do is just run.
Keep picking your feet up.
Just pick your feet up and down. You're like, yeah, no, it's fucking simple. I got it. It's simple. And
just
you get
move
up,
towards the end.
And you just get up and you just fall down again. It's maddening, bro. It's maddening.
Also,
it kind of gets me a little anxiety thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. Also, when you play, you got to play with people that are of your caliber. And running especially, because running sucks when somebody's better at running than you. So, like, I do all this stuff usually by myself because I'm just doing it by myself. Not because I'm great or anything, just because I'm not great. I enjoy things better.
You and I, that's why we can golf together, because it's
like, okay,
no one here is skilled.
Right.
Oh yeah,
and we have like a couple of good shots every time, and you're like, oh man, that was nice. Just do that.
And that's like the playoffs for me. Like I get if a player playing a round of 18 and I get 4 nice shots, that's what makes people keep coming back. It's like gambling.
Yeah, you'll sink a
20-footer, or you'll get one 60-foot off the green and put it within 6 to 12 inches, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, I'm getting the hang of it now. I'm starting to really get it.
I'm starting to get it.
Everything's really starting to click now, boy.
It's going now. I did that one thing.
Yeah, that is what it is, and you'll get in the truck and you'll think, yeah, I could do that again. I just do that good shot. I do that again. You just do it again. You just do it again. Just like anything, it's just reps. We need more reps. We probably should hit the driving range.
I've been hitting the driving range. That's the only reason why I could keep it decently in the fairway.
Your drives were good. I mean,
that's the best drives,
relatively speaking.
That's the best drives I've ever really been able to control, and it just comes from watching a couple of YouTube videos where to put my feet and where to swing and how to swing, and that was it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go online and I'm just gonna like start looking for somebody to like teach me really how to like a pro.
I'm sure
to go with me or go play on a course. And really teach me.
And be like, don't judge me too harshly. Just teach me.
No, I just be like, as I'm a baby, like I don't know nothing. Let's do this.
Because it's really what it is.
Because I really just want to learn how to get up there, hit the ball down the middle, hit it up on it, and just play like just not make a fool of myself.
Be like Joe Biden. Be a 6 handicap.
Yeah, right.
That's what he's never said that in the debate.
6 handicap. I can't ride a bike.
I
know.
You remember saying that in the debate?
Yeah, they had a fight about it.
Said, when I was vice president, I was a 6 handicap, and then he's like, I was an 8 handicap. That dude was no 6.
There's no
handicap.
way.
That's good ass golf.
That's good golf for being a vice president and having to work all the time. Maybe.
Bro, if you're a 6 handicap, like Alice Cooper's probably a 3 handicap.
Really? He's a good golfer? Alice Cooper's a good golfer?
Oh, he's borderline pro.
Really?
He's tremendous.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows that.
Alice Cooper just amazes me. When I saw him live, it was incredible.
Yeah, he's awesome. Where'd you see him live at?
Atlanta. It was one of those. He opened up for Motley Crue.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And he blew Motley Crue off the stage.
Oh,
people left after they saw him and didn't even stay for Motley Crue.
Alice Cooper, but he is he might even be a scratch golfer. He might even at 75.
I just want to be able to play and enjoy it. And
yeah.
The only way I'm gonna
be somewhere between Alice Cooper and Biden.
Yeah.
Somewhere between Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
And Biden.
Right. So that's everyone. Yeah. But just
not me. Biden beat me.
Just to be able to get up there, hit the ball down there. I'm not trying to kill it. I'm not trying to break. I just want to play a leisurely round of golf.
200,
keep it out and not lose a ball.
200,
not lose a ball.
200 to 250 off the tee. keep it somewhere in the fairway.
Yeah.
100,
Layup.
be able to lay up near the green,
Pitch and wedge.
chip on for a chance to putt.
Yeah, I want to hit greens from 100 out, which is I've used to do, but
Yeah.
then I kill myself.
You could probably
kill myself putting.
You could still do. Yeah, we both kill. Yesterday we had I had one time I one putted, one putt and 1 2 putt. Everything else was 3 or more putts.
Yeah, yeah. Well, also
Those
the
greens were not-
the greens were like a desert.
Yeah,
It was not good.
That was like.
And I'm not gonna say that's the whole reason why I didn't make all my putts, but they were bad.
It was like
They were
playing
really
on. It was
bad.
like playing on a pasture.
Yeah, yeah.
There's literal roots all through, like roots in the fairway, like above ground, like roots that have come out of the ground above the fairway. Pine cones everywhere. No, it was green and brown and black.
I had a pretty good drive down the left-hand side, but like you said, it would have been in the fairway, but I think it rolled and hit those roots and just like bounced into oblivion.
To
and
God
it
knows
was
where.
Gone.
I liked the fact that there wasn't water everywhere.
Yeah.
Man, if I go to course, there's water everywhere. It's just anxiety.
You got to let go of that.
I can't.
I'm trying to learn. I'm learning how to let go of that.
Oh, me too. I've
Like,
spent,
and you know how I did that yesterday when I dunked the 2 in the water, trying to get over that one part that I should have just like cut the corner.
Oh, that
well,
par
I
5
wanted,
of that
but
dog
yeah,
leg.
I just wanted to like make that happen and not give a crap. Just do it. And I did, and then I hit it so hard that we lost it. It went over it and over the road or wherever it went.
Oh yeah, you had that was the one. Yeah, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 6 just to get after your second shot, just to get back on the fairway, because we don't know where
I don't know where it went.
And we were both watching. We said, "Oh, it's that second tree,
Second tree. I think it went into the people's house across the street.
Yeah,
I hit it with a fairway wood 5. Man, I launched it, but the first 2 I just dunked in the water. I almost made it to over the levee.
but see, that wouldn't bother me as much, okay? Because I'm looking at that shot going, all right. I'm looking at that going, this isn't easy. Even if you're a good golfer, there's a chance you could put this in the water, right? Mm-hmm. So that's not gonna stress me out near as much, because it's reasonable that from 200 yards away, you would end up in the water. Right. Now if you're like right on the edge of the water and it's just 80 yards over it, that's gonna piss me off, because you're gonna be like, God dang it, I should be able to do this every time.
right.
But either way,
The golf's good.
it's fun, dude. We should get out. The more you can get outside and get in the sun, the more. I mean, neither one of us go outside and do manual labor or anything, so I think it.
No.
So I think it helps us that we're.
I like to do yard work, but I guess we're about to start doing yard work. I like to mow with my 0-turn mower. That's fun.
Optimus, you gonna let Optimus do that for you, or?
Optimus. Oh yeah, when I buy
robot.
my Optimus.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't know. I like to mow. I may let him do the weed whacking, the weed trimming.
Let him weed eat and blow, and
How much are these Optimuses going to be?
$30,000.
I'm gonna buy one. Kylie doesn't like it. She doesn't want a robot. in the house.
Adrian doesn't like it either, but she's gonna learn to like it.
Yeah, it's gonna have to, because
Yeah.
I'm getting one.
I'm gonna say.
I'm getting one, and I'm just gonna. It's just gonna.
My
it's gonna
stance-
be- that's what I. Like I told you yesterday after we got.
It's our whole life. You
I've
and
been
I
waiting
waiting
our whole life for
you
this.
and I have
I've
been
been waiting my whole life to have my own robot.
Yeah.
My
In
whole life.
in a real one, not like the one from Rocky 4.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Polly.
Yeah.
No, I want to be like, hey, Optimus, can you go grab me that beer over there and then do them dishes? All right, bro.
Well, the dishes are going to be done. The floors.
You
are
don't
gonna,
have to tell them. They'll just
no,
do it.
The floors are going to be clean. The limbs are going to be picked up out of my yard. The trash is going to be taken out. The trash will be placed in my truck. And at some point, you'd better drive my truck to the dump.
Right.
Because I have to take my trash off.
Well, your automated car would drive him to the dump, and then he would get out and throw it in the
Well,
dump.
I'm saying I'll still own my car. I'll own my
But there's got to be automated packages they're going to put in cars.
Well,
All cars are all computers anyway.
Oh yeah,
man,
well you know
anyway.
the Teslas are fixing to be everywhere with
Yeah.
the self drive. But the Optimus, they're starting production. I think we're going to see those. We're seeing those this year probably.
Let's talk about what we're going to do when it's doing everything for us. Then what do we do? Like this. Like, does humanity not have to have a significant other if you have a robot that does everything for you?
Well, but I mean, I think humans long for companionship.
It could be a companionship with your robot.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if they start making them where you can have sex with them. I guess that's got to be that's going to be a
the next
big thing.
And they're going to have they're going to have working vaginas and penises. Like that's going to be the next, and they're going to be like
Ray. Goodness.
Well, I mean,
goodness gracious. Give me a warning before you say vagina penis.
We're all adults here. I think we know how sex works. But they're going to
tell me how it works.
Well, one robot.
The birds and the bees.
When two robots love each other very much.
When there's two robots and one has a screw and one has a nut.
You know that China has already got the sex robots.
Oh. I didn't.
They've already started production.
I haven't been to that side of the internet, but I'm about to.
Yeah, they're pretty.
I'm about to.
They don't look like the Optimus, where it looks like the Optimus looks like a robot. The ones in China, they have full skin suits.
Oh, weird.
Soft skin. Oh, they look like girls.
I don't know.
I'm not saying I'm going to be having sex with the Chinese robot.
I am. No, I'm not.
Well, young
Maybe.
people. Young people have
How
stopped,
much are they?
I think less than 30.
Oh. Well, I'm saving up for my Optimus.
Young people have kind of stopped having sex, dating, and making children anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's like
they're all running around scared of each other.
I think it's like I don't know if it's I don't know. Society just shifted. People under 30, it was like one out of three didn't have one out of three. Everybody under 20 to 30 didn't have sex in a whole year.
Jeez,
that's crazy. That's a crazy statistic.
That's crazy.
33% of people in their prime sexual years not even caring. And
Man, that's weird.
And birth rates.
Is it the food?
No, I don't.
Is it the poison?
I think it's a lot of. I think a lot of people maybe saw their families in toxic relationships or whatever, and they saw their dad get burned or their mom get burned, and I don't know what. There's probably a ton of factors, right? Like people just thinking like I'm not.
I think it's chemicals in the food. I think chemicals that
just makes them less horny. Maybe
yeah,
that's why
I think it's on purpose too.
Yeah,
I think it's done on purpose. I think stuff's put in the water and chemicals and all that. Less population.
They want less population. But see, like Elon and some people fighting for more they definitely say we need more population. Now, here's what I don't understand about Elon. Let's now that I'm talking about that, Elon's always talking about we need more population, right?
Right.
Seemingly more population so civilization could continue to thrive. In the same breath, he bought this new AI company, right? It was an AI company that just bought Twitter.
Yep.
He's got the AI company that's massive, largest computer mainframe in the world. And he's got the robot company. Tesla's going to make the robots with Optimus. So what is he advocating for more people for?
To buy his motherfucking stuff.
But the companies
to buy his stuff. But he needs more people to buy robots, cars, internet. More people. Use PayPal.
I'm being serious though. What do you really? Because I don't think that's the motive. Like, what is the motive? Do you think that he thinks that we need more people if he's creating all these things to eliminate people?
Yeah,
and I'm an Elon supporter.
It doesn't make any sense.
But hey, I'm gonna spend all my energy creating all these things that take away the needs of humans. And the other breath, I'm gonna constantly be talking about how we need more people and we need more population. Like, for what?
Well, that's good. Let's ask him. Let's call him up.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. He's kind of accessible, I guess, if you could.
Has he changed his stance on that?
No, he's still. Hell, he's got 17 kids or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
No, he's always somebody. He's like, we have to have more kids or civilization's going to die. He'll be doing an interview and he'll talk for an hour about having more children. We have to create more people. The very next day, he'll be doing an interview talking about self-driving cars. 50% of the miles in the next 5 years will be automated, and 60% of jobs will be done by automation and robots, and we're going to have 7 billion robots.
Do you think he wants everybody just to move to Mars? So we'll need a lot of people to do that.
I think he just wants certain people to move to Mars.
I think he wants more ladies to have more kids with.
He does probably want that. But
yeah.
I think Mars we're probably talking 10 million people. When do you think that happens? When do you think we can occupy Mars? Like 50 years?
I'd say that if you want a ticket to Mars, it'd be 100 years from now.
Now, do you understand how it's going to work now with Optimus and the AI?
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, everything gets you blast off 100 Optimus, 1,000 or.
Well, he's got the reusable rockets now, right? Yeah. So yeah, you put Optimus in the thing with instructions to terraform Mars. Boom, send three, and you launch 100 a month. Next thing you know, you got 300 robots up there. They're building a terraform. You continuously every day are sending.
So crazy.
Every day. Now, this is his plan. Every day you're sending more Optimus robots. So you say, okay, the terraform's built. Now y'all start planning and making crops and vegetation. That's done. Then you say, start building buildings, build restaurants, build office spaces, and within a few years, once you had 1 million Optimus robots up there working 24 hours a day around the clock on Mars, dude, think about it. It's going to be all of a sudden they're like, okay, you guys can come now.
Where does the power come from? The sun?
Yeah.
Do they get charged up by the sun? Okay.
Or they can create energy the same way we do, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And I mean, we're fixing to once we've discovered.
Well, let's see how good these Optimus robots are first. Let's see how good.
Let's
they
see
are
if they're
first.
good enough to go to Mars.
Yeah, they might not be. They might just be good enough for getting me a beer out of the fridge.
Yeah, that would be a huge disappointment.
On Mars.
Yeah, that would be a huge disappointment though. If that's all they can do is go fetch you a beer.
I wouldn't want to pay $30,000 for a thing to get me a beer. It better be like a maid or something.
No, you want to be. I want to be like, hey,
so I can like do all the stuff I don't want to do, like take the trash out when it gets full.
Optimus, I'm leaving for work. I'm gonna be back at 5. When I get back, make sure this kitchen's painted blue. I've been wanting it painted blue for 3 days, and you haven't got it done. And I want to come home and the shit's painted blue, and it's like done, and it's perfect. There's no mess anywhere. And then he's like, "Your brisket's in the oven, right?" I'm pulling it out at 5:17.
We won't need anybody.
Yeah.
Well, like if it works that good, every man can be an island. You know.
Well, that is the vision of it, right? Like all goods and services essentially free.
Yeah.
And people were thinking the Mars thing when I started thinking about it in terms of reusable rockets, able to send able to do 100 trips a month. Once you really scaled SpaceX, you can make 100 trips a month. And you can load 10 Optimus robots in there, send 1,000 robots per month, 120,000 robots per year. They get to Mars and work around the clock, creating energy, creating infrastructure, creating bridges, creating water. There's water already there, you just have to melt it.
Yeah.
Once you terraform it, it's going to be, it's going to be like central air and heat. Then you're going to put your plants in there, start creating oxygen, creating CO2.
How long does that take? How long is he saying that takes?
10 years.
Okay.
10 years to you'll have like you'll have a built and functioning city. I think it was like 10 years. He said once you start, because when you start, it's nonstop, and it's rocket launches as fast as you can do them. Boom, and there's so many Optimus already built. They're just constantly getting on the rockets.
It's gonna be wild because of the applications of like how many Optimuses can we throw at something to make something work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
around the clock. Like, wouldn't you think that like Walmart will be 24/7 again with robots just working the entire time?
But who's gonna? And you won't even.
Everything will be
24/7. To go to Walmart will be like a choice because you want to go somewhere, because the self-driving Tesla can just bring it to your door and the Optimus can walk it in.
The Optimus do the shopping and the whatever, and then
I genuinely don't think, and I actually know this to be the case because no one ever talks about it. I genuinely don't think that 95% of the world even recognizes like how fast these things are scaling. Like looking at what AI can do now versus 6 months ago. Yeah. 6 months ago, it's moved like 1,000,000-fold.
Yeah.
Looking at I think people are thinking like it's just going to be this robot that can vacuum and like flip hamburgers or do it like.
Yeah, it's going to be way more than that.
So beyond.
I don't know. Maybe it's happening too fast. Maybe it's not happening fast enough. I need to get one of these robots.
I think it's going to work too, like a cell phone plan.
Yeah.
So nobody's going to be able to pay $30,000 just write a check for a. So Elon's probably going to finance these robots just like
you wouldn't want to anyway.
He's going to finance them just like your iPhone.
Yeah.
And say, hey, we ship your robot, and you get all the technology of the robot, you get all the data center. It's $277 a month for life.
Yeah.
And then the robot's covered in 9 years. He's got his full recoup of his money.
Gets the upgrades like a Tesla gets downloaded right from the.
And you continue to pay, and then maybe it goes. Your bill goes from $277. I'm just making up numbers, but it goes from $277 to $150 for just the service, the maintenance of the robot.
Right.
They charge themselves too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that would suck if they didn't.
If you
go sit down and charge yourself. It's like I need to go charge so I can get this done.
We're not even the only. There are some negatives. Like will people even have to think anymore?
Well, that's one of the things with like ChatGPT. I use it a lot all day long, and I use it for work and writing emails and stuff. And like, I use it like I've got like a genius buddy in the room.
You
do. How
do.
I use it.
Well,
and and then I have it like resize pictures for me, and I ask it questions about this, that, and the other. It's just the genius friend that you have that does everything.
That
for
seems
you
to know
for $20 a month.
Seems to know everything.
Yeah.
And the robots in the AI. Think about this. If you had, let's say they're saying 7 billion or 8 billion robots. So that's as many robots as there are people on Earth, right? And every one of the robots is going to be smarter than the smartest human. So you'll have 8 billion Albert Einstein, Elon Musk, higher level than that, walking around. So even smart people will seem like dogs or monkeys in comparison. Average intelligence people will seem like beetles.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be, or a cockroach. So imagine if we had as many people as we have now. Imagine if we doubled our population, and the other half of the population was as smart as the smartest human. How advanced would society get? And think about if everyone was Elon Musk, everyone had that brain capacity, could store that much data, could do that many things, could multitask like that, or if everybody was Albert Einstein, just pick a smart guy, right?
Yeah.
Dude, civilization looks nothing like it because those guys are like 0.00001 percenters, right?
So do you think that like they start going, oh no, you don't want to do it like this, you want to do it like this? Do you think the robots start doing that?
Of course.
And then it build, and like what you're saying, then now you have a ton of Teslas.
So
the scientists.
5 optimists walk into a board as AI continues to advance. 5 optimists walk into a boardroom with really smart executives, and within 2 minutes, they're like, "Hold up, you guys are thinking about this all wrong. Let me tell you what we're going to do for next quarter," and they just lay out what you're going to do. So ultimately, do you need a board for what? They're not going to be able to come up with a better idea. The AI, the robot's going to tell the board, you should do this. This is much better. What you're going to do, and yeah, that's good, but it's going to kill the business 5 years from now. You're not thinking long enough term. This is how we'll do it. This is how we'll take it to market. This is how it will scale.
And it also takes out I'm not going to be here in 5 years. I'm going to collect my pension.
Yeah,
and get the hell out of here. And then who cares about the rest of the company? So it's all very it takes emotion out of it. And
I think very much. I think people think it's it's just going to replace the fast food fry cook, and it's going to replace the guy on the conveyor belt, and it's going to replace the guy in the factory and the ditch. Bro, a lawyer has to read and do all these things. It's going to be able to process that information in 5 minutes and tell you what the correct diagnosis and never be wrong. Right. This is the law. It's going to already have stored to memory the exact case they need to reference. It's going to can already recite the entire book on that case study. It's going to take and just be it could just lay the case out for you. I'm trying to think of any application where I don't feel like it's going to be better. It's going to be a superior physicist.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, I'm saying
physics.
I don't either. But if it's smarter, well, we know a little.
Yeah.
But if it's smarter than the smartest person, if all of them are smarter than the smartest person, where does that end?
We'll find out.
It's gonna be fun.
We'll find out next time.
See you guys later
on the Know Nothings podcast.
That's perfect. That worked out good. Adrian was just